Yamantaka gazes fiercely in the four directions and bellows the sacred words of the supreme root mantra.
Namasamanta Puranam, Pratyahata Sasananam, Om Kara Kara Kuru Kuru, Mama Karyam, Banja Banja Savavinyan, Daha Daha Sava Vajavinayakan, Martaya Jivantanta Kara, Mahavirta Rupinam, Haka Paka Sarva Dustan, Mahagana Patim, Jivitanta Kara, Banda Banda Sarvagrayan, Sanmukha Sarvuja, Satkarana, Rudramanaya, Vishnumanaya, Brahmanam Deva Naikamanaya, Ma Vilamba, Ru. Mandala Madhye, Pravisaya, Samaya Manusara, Hum, 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 Svot, Svot, Swaha.
Per the 8th century text, Rites and Rituals of Yamantaka, we receive Yamantaka's root mantra, Genben Zhen Yan, as a divine transmission. It's a dharani, or sacred words of conferred power spoken directly by Yamantaka, and it's his heart seal, an esoteric Buddhist concept we talked about in the 6-syllable mantra video. I'll link in the video description box and provide in the companion written article the Rites and Rituals of Yamantaka source text where the wrathful king's root mantra appears. In practice, you'll notice that practitioners and Yamantaka devotees more commonly recite a shortened form or a condensed derivation of the root mantra and will often still call it the root mantra. Here's one example. Genben Zhen Yan itself means root dharani, though you'll more commonly see it translated into English as mantra. Root mantras are itself an esoteric Buddhist concept, so you do need to specify which root mantra. And of course, in this case, it's Yamantaka's root mantra. Root mantras are considered the primary or root source of a divine power. In the case of Yamantaka, for example, his root mantra is his most complete vibrational signature. Now, the origin story continues. After reciting this root mantra, Yamantaka declares, and these are some pretty gutsy statements in the presence of the Buddha, with this mantra I've proclaimed, should even the bodhisattvas in the 10 stages falter from wisdom, they can be subdued by my mantra. Even more so are these words powerful against any of the 8 legions of spirits and demons who create obstacles. Which, like, damn, ballsy. Why is the root mantra so important, and how do you receive the empowerments of Yamantaka? Well, here's what the grimoire Rites and Rituals has to say.
先诵此真言满10000遍，则能作种种猛力调伏法。
Translation: To initiate, one must recite the root mantra 10,000 times. Only then will you be able to perform powerful, forceful methods of subjugation with the rites and rituals contained in the sacred text. Here's what the historical and doctrinal source text is telling us. In order for the magical spells in the grimoire to be effective when you cast them and for you to possess the powers of Yamantaka, you have to have, at the very minimum, recited the root mantra 10,000 times as your initiation into receiving empowerment. And only after you have completed the 10,000 recitations will any of your magical practices with the grimoire have any power. The premise is 10,000 recitations will effectively modify and transform your vibrational signature to be in full resonance with Yamantaka's vibrational signature, which is encoded in his root mantra. Also, per mystical theory, there is an automatic regulation principle in place, which is that this type of magic is only effective when directed at the karmically wicked. If a practitioner of Yamantaka-sourced magic were to direct this power at the innocent, it would have serious karmic repercussions on the practitioner themselves. Whereas if and when a practitioner sends it at someone who by karmic judgment is deemed guilty and thus wicked, it's considered the most powerful cosmic force in the universe for subduing evil. To put it lightly, it's Kuan Yin saying, okay, I've done my best here for the moment and at least for the time being. During this human or demon's current lifespan, they are beyond salvation for now. So I'm going to step aside and let Yamantaka take care of business. And then Yamantaka enters and goes, roar, up. Yep, that's the best scholarly occult philosophy explanation I've got. After the revelation of how to receive initiatory empowerment to be able to perform the fierce, forceful rites of Yamantaka, the very first spell taught in the grimoire is one for defeating your oppressors and turning the tides of power on them. If there be a wicked enemy, person, or group who is malicious and oppressive toward one who is innocent and virtuous, cast an image of Yamantaka in gold or copper. The size of this image is at your discretion. In a consecrated chamber, construct a triangular containment and place the image of Yamantaka within this triangle. Draw a likeness of the oppressor or perpetrator or inscribe the name and bind it beneath the triangle upon which Yamantaka stands, pinned under the wrathful king's feet. Position Yamantaka and the altar so he faces north. Wear black ceremonial or ritual garments. The practitioner shall sit across from Yamantaka facing south. Form the spear mudra with your hands and recite the root mantra in a wrathful, forceful voice. Recite 3 times daily for a period of 7 days. The one who has offended shall suffer great illness, affliction, pain, and suffering, and meet their utter destruction. The spear mudra or shuo ying refers to a specific type of ritual hand gesture or mudra found within esoteric Buddhism. Within the context of esoteric Buddhism, the shuo mudra is regarded as a potent and formidable hand gesture imbued with the power to destroy obstacles, provide protection, and subdue adversarial forces. So it's definitely one to learn and log in your books. You curl your left little finger, curl your left thumb over it, and press the thumb against the pinky fingernail, forming a loop. Do the same with your right pinky finger and thumb, and then connect the 2 loops together to form interlocking rings. The index, middle, and ring fingers on both hands should form a spear. In accordance with the Tuoluo Ni Ji Jing, translated to Sacred Book of Dharanis, the spear mudra is associated with invocation of the Bodhisattva Kuan Yin. Then in rites and rituals, the spear mudra is noted as one of the methods for channeling Yamantaka. And so the spear mudra has come to be a channeling and empowerment tool associated with both Kuan Yin and Yamantaka through scriptural tradition. Another mudra taught in this grimoire is the root mudra, formed by interlacing both hands inward. You then extend the 2 middle fingers straight up so the tips meet. This mudra possesses great power and efficacy, notes the text. As soon as one forms this mudra and recites the mantras herein, the practitioner shall become the embodiment of Yamantaka. Either the spear mudra or the root mudra is used in tandem with Yamantaka root mantra recitation, depending on your purpose. The spear mudra is to channel and then direct outward the powers of wrathful wisdom. And here it's worth noting the significance and implications of the spear mudra being also associated with directing out the powers of Kuan Yin, whereas the root mudra is wielded to amplify the efficacy of the root mantra recitation because it facilitates the embodiment of wrathful wisdom. The spear mudra is a weapon. It empowers you to channel Yamantaka and send his power out into the world to subjugate oppressive force. The root mudra is an amplifier that helps you to more intensely embody and become Yamantaka.